And tonight, residents in Campo are fighting off another attempt to place one of the most dangerous sexual predators in the county into their small community. This after they learned about the proposal from 10 News. The site to house Douglas Badger is right in the middle of town and only 2 miles from the one and only elementary school. 10 News reporter Dan Haggerty is at the house with why they believe Campo is the worst place for Badger to live. Dan?
Well, here's the house behind me. Pretty remote area. I'd say we're about 200 yards to the nearest neighbor. In fact, if you were standing where I'm standing, you might say we were in the middle of nowhere. But there are about 2,500 people living in this middle of nowhere. And the people I talked to today say they all know each other and they all know about Douglas Badger. This is the last time our cameras caught the now 70-year-old Douglas Badger in court, a sexually violent predator who admitted to sexually assaulting at least 20 people at gunpoint, mostly men, but women too. He's a proven reoffender, a diagnosed schizophrenic and sexual sadist. And by next month, he could be living just down the street from this Campo pizzeria.
They're not happy. The people aren't happy at all.
Owner Shannon Deerkop has lived here since he was 4 and says in a small town where there's only one of everything, like his pizzeria, residents will be running into Badger all the time.
Because we're a small area, that they feel they can put these people out here and not have as much of an impact as they would if they would put them in the inner city or into a more suburban environment.
He hung flyers a few months back when the county first announced the plan to move Badger to Campo. The community rallied and the county decided to give it a second thought. But now not much has changed. Here's where they want to put him. Different address, same town, 2 miles from the elementary school.
There's more area for him to roam around out here. There's less law enforcement. I think there's less watchful eyes, so to speak, just because of the fact that there's less people.
And the final decision about whether or not Douglas Badger will call this house his home will be made at a hearing on January 3rd, so about a month from today. Between now and then, the DA's office and the Sheriff's Department will be taking public comment that will be used during that hearing. In Campo tonight, Dan Haggerty, 10 News.
You can submit comments for that public hearing until December 20th, and we have all of the contact information on our website, 10news.com.